Hello, a Rosie math teacher coming at you from my 7th period grade 7 math class. We're working on review items today, starting with number 1. Number 1 says negative 6.2 minus 3 3/4 written as a decimal. Today we're working with our handheld calculators. So class, I want everybody in this room to tap 6.2. Then tap a key that looks like this. It has a plus/minus. Tap that key one time. Do you now see a negative appear in front of 6.2? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. If anybody has a question, Miss Jones can come and help you. Negative 6.2. Then tap the minus key on the calculator. And this time, we're going to tap 3 and then tap the what key? The ABC fraction bar key. Do you all remember? That is in the second row at the beginning of the second row of buttons. It says A, B/C. Tap that key, and that means now you're ready to write the numerator. Tap the 3 for the numerator. Tap the ABC key again. Tap the 4 for the denominator. Do you get a fraction as an answer or a decimal? Tell me.
A decimal.
Okay, and they want it as a decimal. Do you already know which choice you're going to select on your page?
Yes.
Go ahead and mark it now. In a moment, when you open up your Chromebook, you'll be able to answer number 1 right away. All right, mark that. Let's move on to number 2. I want to give you hints as quickly as possible. Some of them will have time for you to answer, and then others will come back to. I heard earlier that number 2 is not the same in the book, but do they at least have this part the same? Okay, so for item number 2, ignore the one that is in your book. Go to where you have some white space. Maybe just use the white space under their number 2, and your number 2 you should rewrite. Are you ready? Please write A squared times A squared. And I do want you to write this down. A squared times A squared over top of A, A cubed plus B over A inside of little lines that mean what? Do you remember? Excellent, absolute value. Okay, now notice something. In the instructions it says, if A equals negative 1/2. So class, go back to everywhere you see A and erase the A and write what? Negative 1/2. Let me use my red so it shows up. Negative 1/2 squared times, what goes in place of this A? Negative 1/2, still squared. Put your parentheses around the negative 1/2 so that when it gets squared, it will apply to each of those. I'll make it big on the screen here. Negative 1/2 in place of A squared times negative 1/2 in place of A squared over top of, what goes in place of A? Negative 1/2 in place of A. And this time it gets what? Raised to the third power. I heard somebody say it over there. They said the right word. What was it? Cubed. Excellent. Thank you, sir. Okay, and then we have plus. What will I put in place of B, guys? 3/5 it says in place of B. So cross out or erase B. Put 3/5 in place of B. Now in place of A, do you remember what we're putting in place of A? Please write negative 1/2. All right, now let's look at something. This one has 2 lines around it, 2 vertical lines, one before negative 1/2, one after. It's telling you absolute value. So if this said 1/2, it would still just be 1/2. If it's got a negative sign, you simply get rid of the negative sign. That is what absolute value means. It means keep only the number value, get rid of the negative sign. Does everyone understand that? So really, now that I've created 1/2 without the minus in front of it, we can just leave this as 1/2. Now you are ready to do a little bit of multiplying, same base by same base. So what the exponents? Add the exponents. Are you agreeing that we are doing same base negative 1/2 times same base negative 1/2? When multiplying same base as you Add the exponents. So what will I do with the 2 and the 2, class? Add them. So now I'm going to erase my 2 times 1/2 squared and change this exponent into a 4. Please change that exponent into a 4. Negative 1/2 to the 4th power. Divided by negative 1/2 to the 3rd power. Hey guys, it looks like these are being what? Divided. Remember, it goes, when multiplying same bases, you add the exponents. When dividing same bases, subtract. Right? So we're going to subtract the exponent 4 minus the exponent 3. What will I get, class? 1. So I will keep the base negative 1/2. And if it is to the 1st power, do I even need to write it? No. Anything to the 1st power is that thing. So I can just keep negative 1/2 plus 3/5 over top, over top of 1/2. Now guys, can we use this calculator to do 3/5 divided by 1/2? Yes. Start by clicking the on to clear it. Tap 3, ABC key, and what? 5. Then tap divide by. That's what a fraction bar means, divide by. 1, ABC key, what? 2 equals, do you see a mixed number? Okay, go ahead and write that mixed number down in place of that. So did you get plus 1 and 1/5? Wave if your answer is the matching one to mine. Okay, excellent. Now I want you to do negative 1/2. Guys, keep the 1 and 1/5 on your calculator screen and just tap minus what? Minus 1/2. Minus 1, ABC key, 2, equals, and it gives you a final answer, a final fraction. Write that fraction down. I don't want you to say it. For your number 2, since it doesn't match mine, write down which of these answers that you see on my screen, write down the one you know you will choose when you are solving this later. Okay, I hope everybody stayed with me. We definitely worked this together. Wave at me if you did get a final answer, a final fraction. And does it match one of the choices on my screen? Remember, yours is not the same on that printed page. All right, we will come back to that. You can ask more questions later while you're working. For now, stop working number 2, listen up, and let's look at number 3. What is 2 and 1/4 divided by negative 1 and 1/3 written as a fraction in simplest form? I want to practice this with you on your calculators. Everybody tap the tap the on, so you'll clear the screen so it says 0. Has everybody done that? Okay, are you noticing you really need to stay with me, right? Do this with me. I'm not even having you stop to write things down. Do this with me. Okay, what's the first number you tap? 2. What's the next key? ABC. What's the next number? 1. The next key. The next number. What key now? Divide by. Great. And now it's going to be a negative, but don't tap that yet. First do 1 and 1/3, and then we'll tap that key. So what am I tapping after divided by? 1. What key? ABC. What key for the numerator? 1. What key for the fraction bar? ABC. What key for denominator? 3. And then tap what key for the negative sign? The positive negative. Do you see it just stuck a negative in front of negative 1 and 1/3?
I think we're on number 8 right now, right?
We are on number 3. Theirs might not match. So if yours is somewhere else, you can renumber it. You can renumber it, or you can just write this number in number 3. Okay, so that was divided by negative 1 and 1/3. Did you get all that typed in your calculator? Now tap equals. Do you see a mixed number for your final answer? Write that mixed number down. Read your mixed number to me. Ready, go. Oh, wait. Do you not have a negative symbol in front of it? It should have a negative. It is what?
16.
How many of you got -1 and 11/16? Okay, you guys are correct. But online, they want it in the improper fraction form. So I'm going to leave you with this. You're going to do denominator times the big number plus the numerator. You will get a number. You will keep that over top of what denominator? 16. Will you keep the negative symbol in front of the whole fraction? Yes. So in a moment, come back to finish doing that step. We're not going to take the time to do that step right now. I want you to come back and do it later. Let's go to number 4. Which decimal is approximately equal to 3 squared divided by 6 to the third times 2 to the fourth? Guys, this is an item that in a moment, I will let you just use your online calculator. Your online calculator will give you a decimal version of the answer, and you will pick the one it is closest to. Everybody understand? Okay, go to your next question. Number 5. The probabilities of 4 events are given. Class, do you notice how this is given in decimal, this is given in fraction, this is given in percent, and this is given in fraction? You need to switch them all to one convenient form. I would recommend you switch them all to percents because percents are easiest to compare. Guys, your number might be different. Your number might be different. Is it a different number?
Yes.
What number? Number 4? 24. Oh my gosh, wow. Okay, on the homework online, this is number 5, but go ahead to number 24 in this practice test. Everybody go to number 24, cross out the 24, make it a 5. Make it a 5. All right, what will I do on my calculator to turn this 0.8 into a percent? Good. So on your calculator, do it right now. 0.8 times 100 equals, what do you get? 80%. So rewrite that as 80%. What can you do with 3/8? What will you tap? 3, ABC key, 8 equals, and then times 100, because we're converting them all to percent. This one, though, is giving me, tap the ABC key again, and it will be in decimal form. Do you get 37.5? Do you realize when it gave you the mixed number to tap the ABC key again? Okay, who got 37.5%? Excellent, you did it correctly. Okay, and the next one is already 42%. And the last one is 3/4. Tap that. 3 followed by what? ABC followed by what? 4 equals, it gives it as a fraction. What do you tap to get it as a decimal? ABC, and then times what? Times 100 equals 75%. I'm not going to tell you anything more than to say the one that's most likely to occur is the number that is the what? The greatest. If you already know which one that is, you can mark it now. Look up, though, for item number 6. A proportional relationship is graphed and goes through the point 1.5, 12. 1.5, 12. And if you cannot find that, then just find white space. 29. Everybody's finding it as we go. Item number 29. Cross out the 29, make it number 6. Cross out the 29, make it number 6. If you go too far, you're going to go into another test, and then you'll really be confused. So see if you can find it. All right, 1.5, 12. What value is the 1.5? It's the x. What value is the 12? It's the y. I want you to create a ratio where you know the top number is your x value and the bottom number is your y value. And then create another ratio that's equivalent to it where we're going to write our x and our y values, and we're going to cross multiply both ways to see if they're the same. Because guys, I don't know if you realize this. Let me go ahead and erase this white space here. It's not number 5 we're working. I just wanted the white space. Do you recognize that 1/2 is exactly the same size as 2/4?
No.
Does everyone realize that? If you had 1/2 of a pie, you would have the same amount as if you had 2 out of the 4 equal pieces, right? Okay. When you cross multiply ratios that are equivalent, you get the same product. What is 2 times 2? 4. What is 1 times 4? 4. So for that reason, when they ask you which point is also on a graph that shows a proportional relationship, don't you agree that the x over y value of one ordered pair, this one, should match the x over y value, or should be equivalent to the x over y value of another point, as long as that line is showing a proportional relationship? Yes? So what is the first x over y value I'm going to try for option A? 2 over what? Which number goes beside the x? The 2. What number goes beside the y? 14. Will you please write this on your paper? On your white space. Please write this. Now cross multiply this way. What is 12 times 2? Excellent, 24. Now use your calculator to do 14 times 1.5. Yell out the answer. 21 is correct. Hey guys, this time my products did not match. So is A the other point on a proportional relationship line? No. Do you understand how to continue testing choice B, C, and D? And again, online, this will be numbered number 6. All right, move on to listen for number 7. Which experiments have a sample space of 5 outcomes? Select all that apply. Now, if you cannot find this on your paper, don't worry about it. Just look up here so you can think through how you're going to do this online. Choice A, randomly selecting a marble from a bag that contains 5 red marbles. Guys, do you remember, it wasn't long ago, we learned about sample spaces, right? As many times as a color appears, it goes in the sample space. So if I'm writing an R for every time you have a red marble, how many R's will I write for option A? The bag contains 5 red marbles. So I would write 5 R's in a row. R, 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 R. Please write out that space, that sample space for option A. Guys, is that a sample space with 5 outcomes? Yes, you may think no because they're all the same letter. But the answer is yes, because there are 5 possible outcomes. It could be the first red marble they put in the bag. It could be the second red marble they put in the bag. There are 5 R's. So our sample space has 5 outcomes. Will you choose A? Yes. How about flipping a fair coin 5 times? How many possibilities are there when you flip a coin 1 time? 2. So I would write HT, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, each of those has 2 letters. So how many possible outcomes are there? 10. There are 5 H's, 5 T's. There are 10 possible outcomes. So, are we going to choose option B? No. How about option C? If we write down all the possible labels, what would they contain? It's a spinner with 5 unequal sections, so it might look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, might have one more. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are the possible outcomes? Could it land on a 1? Yes, write that down. Could it land on a 2? Yes. Keep going. 3, 4, 5. Hey, count them. Are there 5 possible outcomes? So will we pick choice C? Yes or no? Yes. I'm going to let you guys continue figuring that one out for yourself when you get to options D and E. You can ask later if you still need help. Let's move on to the last question for today's work. We got here, guys. Great job. Question 8. The histogram shows the weights of packages shipped by a company. Which statements describe the data? Select all that apply. the number one thing I need you to look at here so you'll know how to choose your correct answers is, first of all, how many bars do you see in this histogram? I see 5 bars. Is there a bar in the center? Yes, there's a bar in the center. So take you're trying to see if it is symmetrical or not symmetric. Okay, so draw a vertical line through that center bar. Does it look to you like everything on the left gets mirrored on the right, yes or no? No. If it did, then I would see a bar that matches that tall bar on the left. I would see a bar that matches the medium height bar on the left. And of course, this bar matches each side when I draw down through the middle. So if it looked like this, we would say yes, symmetric display of data. But we're going to say what? Not symmetric. So watch, write these notes to yourself for all questions having to do with this. If your data is symmetric, you would use, for the center, you would always use the mean. If your data is symmetric, then for the variation, you would always use the range. Please write those notes. If your data is asymmetric, then for the center, you would not use the mean. You would use the what? Say it if you remember. Median. Excellent. And for the variation, you would use what? There was 3 initials. Do you remember? IQR, which stood for interquartile range. So I want you to use that information to determine which one you select here. I hope this video was helpful to my kids that were not here and to kids that did not get this far earlier. Bye, guys.